there's been a lot of stuff in the media right now with the single desk, obviously going away with Royal Ascent coming soon. A lot of people focusing on supply management all of a sudden. What's your opinion on that?
Well, it's an interesting one. I mean, that's a really dicey one to touch here, but at this particular junction in time, I could say quite safely that if Western Canada was involved in poultry production, it would be a wonderful thing. And we have the feed, we have the open air, we have the places. We could be a major poultry producer. Now, it wouldn't be the way it is today. It would look very different, but I think there's a lot of opportunities we've been missing out on in that area. The dairy sector in the small dairies is just not, I mean, I don't think Joe Q Public is ready to support it anymore. And it's antiquated.
Because of the price of the store, or what do you...
Both. I mean, we're promoting inefficiencies. And I know I'll take heat for this, but...
Yeah, but don't you think it's a contradiction? Like, so if you go to Toronto, and you travel to Toronto lots too, and you're in the downtown, and you talk to people about, you know, do you want to support farmers, and, you know, and knowing where your food comes from, don't you think supply management kind of facilitates that sort of thinking? And so for the public to say we want to get rid of it because our milk's more expensive, there's a bit of a contradiction building there? I don't think it's as big as you'd think. There's a vocal few that are maybe saying some things, but by and large, people buy with their wallet, and that has been the long-term history of this whole business in the grocery stores. They buy with their wallet. They want safe food, and they're not prepared. I mean, if anything, the free trade agreement did when it opened the border, is that we got exposure to going down and buying a bag of chicken drumsticks at 10 cents a pound. Yeah.
And they come up here and they're going to pay 3 times, 4 times that. They're asking why, and it's a good question. And really, I don't think that it's really on the chopping block. I think the Prime Minister has looked at it. They've made a lot of comments that they're there to back it up, to look at it, and you can say that on the books that it's the best looking sector of agriculture overall because it is controlled.
Huge amount of debt though too.
Well, and debt on something that's fresh air. Because quota, I mean, but then you have to reverse the situation and take a look at, let's take a look at Australia or New Zealand, who were both under a very stringent supply management marketing boards, and now New Zealand is world class in exactly what they said would disappear if they didn't have the supply management. So there's a lot of contradictions out there that are actually proof in the pudding. They're not just people's opinion. The economics would be on my side to say deregulate this thing, get it efficient, and let it find its spot, because we have a lot of natural advantages here that a lot of other countries don't. 30 below does help with some things.
Yeah, well, and some would say that it's not actually, the problem with supply management is not necessarily the fact we control the supply. The problem right now is the value that's attached to the piece of paper, the quota, the ability to produce the milk.
Well, no, we're trying to get into exporting our product, and you can't expect to subsidize it on this hand and then go out and dump it in the export market what you produce beyond, and that's not fair either. So not that fair is always the judgment call.